business flow in 5 easy steps. Hello everyone. How to find your business flow in 5 easy steps. Woody Allen says that 80% of success is just showing up. So I would like to thank you for coming to this seminar, this webinar. There's going to be stress in life, but it's your choice whether or not you let it affect you. How many of you came here to have fun and gain more flow in your business? How many of you came here to discover a few practical and thought-provoking tools and techniques by stepping outside of your current box? How many of you are interested in exploring innovative ways to re-energize and gain a fresh look at your business and what you do to revitalize it and grow productivity and profits? How many of you came here to learn something that will transform your business so that you can increase your vitality, motivation and focus and decrease your resistance and achieve greater results? I have spent more than 25 years in the education and training industry and have worked with some of the best trainers in the personal development field. I'm a best-selling author and have been running my own coaching and training business for the last 10 years. I have trained banking, health, real estate, education and government corporations. Here's what I've discovered. I have found that it is great to develop a positive mindset, taking ongoing trainings, seeking out successful mentors, embracing big ideas, working consistently and staying the course for creating a great life for yourself. My 5 Keys to Super Inner Success program will work you through how to achieve what you want in life by helping you to establish or extend a ritual, route or rendezvous or foundation, pathway and outcome. Do you know that the slower an animal breathes, the longer is his life cycle? The giant tortoise takes 4 breaths per minute and lives for 150 years, and the whale takes 6 breaths per minute and lives for up to 111 years. The smaller animals breathe faster and live shorter lives. Humans have 12 to 16 breaths per minute, and on average they will live 70 to 80 years. It is said that humans have a certain number of breaths during their lifetime. So logically, if they can break down their breathing, they should live longer. My guarantee to you is that this will be an action-based webinar where in the next 40 minutes you will pick up the tools to visualize what you want in life, reflect on your life, plan and set goals, take action and review your achievements. The techniques I will share with you will begin you on the journey of rising above your own limiting beliefs towards self-healing and consciously owning your own life. With daily practice, these techniques will help you to increase your ability to give and receive what you want from life, while at the same time being calmer and enjoying life more. So I'd like you to leave all previous learnings at the door and pick them up on the way out. What do you believe to be true that isn't? The Aztecs believed that the Spaniards were gods because they couldn't see the ships they came on, as they had never seen large ships before. But it wasn't true that they were gods. Interactive training provides the most value for you, so that is what this will be. Occasionally, I may ask you to repeat things. Do what? Fill in a word at the end of a sentence. Answer a question, okay? So raise your hand if that would be okay with you. People who love to learn and are successful do the following things. They invest in themselves. As Benjamin Franklin, the famous US president, said, investment in knowledge pays the best dividend. And successful people also play it 100%, give themselves permission to be greater every day, recognise that value equals participation, embrace new ideas and thinking, take inspired action, make decisions quickly, put all previous learnings on hold, respect others, ask the right questions, and take good notes. If you were with me in 2006, on a typical weekday, you would have found yourself in a sterile government building with structured, rigid, largely inflexible rules and regulations, air conditioning. Okay, if you were with me in 2006 on a typical weekday, you would have found yourself in a sterile government building with structured, rigid, largely inflexible rules and regulations, air conditioners humming, and people talking and working in a noisy, hectic, frenzied environment. I was an experienced educator, ambitious, keen, enthusiastic, and wanting to make a difference in people's lives. I was stressed, rushed, burnt out, and frustrated. I was managing a large staff, and people were bringing their baggage to work. There was conflict among colleagues. People were only seeing things from their own point of view, and the work environment was very fast-paced and stressful. I was also raising 3 teenagers virtually on my own, as my husband was away working in the mining industry most of the time. I also felt depressed because some things hadn't gone the way I had hoped. I wanted to become more effective and efficient and help to resolve conflicts more easily and leave work at the end of the day feeling less drained. I desired to change the way I viewed my life and enjoy my life more. I woke up one morning and thought, life wasn't meant to be like this. By this time my children had left home, and so I felt ready for a change in lifestyle. I immediately started meditating, and I have now been doing that for 11 years and have found it has greatly enhanced my life. I also started Qigong and returned to yoga after having a break for many years. I improved my diet and started studying NLP, as I knew I had to work on improving my mindset so as to resonate more with what I wanted in the world. I knew that NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, would give me more skills to be able to master a whole range of situations. I also started working on my relationships, particularly my family and colleagues, focusing on being more empathetic, more authentic, aligned with my true purpose, and really listening to people rather than making assumptions about what I thought they were saying. I began to enjoy the work more and then started my own business to teach others how to cope more successfully in challenging environments and managing conflicts. I am now calmer, more relaxed, and am more focused and set many goals and have fulfilled them, including what I love to do, travelling the world many times, doing workshops with amazing people. Last year, I facilitated a passion workshop in Bangalore and Mumbai, India, speaking to audiences and writing, building a new home and spending time with my family. NLP has allowed me to dismantle many disempowering beliefs. It also gave me the insight that people see things from their own unique point of view based on their experiences because of the way the brain is wired. This gave me greater tolerance and appreciation for individual differences. I could see that people were struggling with juggling their jobs, managing their families, dealing with their emotions and frustrations, and keeping their passions alive. Many people I observed chose poor coping techniques. They hadn't yet learnt a better way. They often resorted to obsessive or distracting behaviours, feelings of overwhelm and depression, or focusing on past grievances. I decided to share what I had learned in a home play program with step-by-step instructions to give more people the opportunity to improve their lives. In the home play program, the 5 Keys to Super Inner Success, we have a clear and specific pathway for you to follow that you are able to pick up from where you are now to where you want to go. So, the 5 keys to super inner success, a system overview solution. So 1 is S, sense. So get a feeling for what you want, visualize it. 2, U, utilize, assess what you already have. 3, plan, set goals and connect. So plan for the future. And 4, E, energize, let's act on what you want. And 5 is review your progress. So we're going to go through those in more detail. So key 1, we're going to look at dreaming big. We're going to sense and visualize. So in order to do this, what we do is we have a big vision. Having a big vision gives you something to work toward. If you know what you want, you're more likely to go for it, and you can intuitively draw it closer to you. So visioning is simply imagining an image with your eyes closed. If you have challenges with this, first look at something and then close your eyes and see it. Keep practicing it until you get it. It may take some time, and not everyone has a tendency to favour a visual style or hear it or feel it. So I'm going to show you today how to do it, and then we're going to do a short visualisation. So what you do is you sit comfortably with your eyes closed, you relax your body, you breathe deeply, you picture a peaceful scene, you think about what you want for life or business. You feel desire, expectancy, belief, gratitude, appreciation, love, compassion, forgiveness. You future pace and imagine it having already happened, and you anchor that feeling with the 3 fingers. Now the anchoring technique is where you use the thumb, the forefinger and the middle finger of both hands and you squeeze them together. So when you have that really good feeling, you squeeze it. So any time you want to bring that feeling back, you can squeeze the fingers, and that's called anchoring, and that's an NLP technique. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try a short visualization. So what I'd like you to do is just relax, sit relaxed in your chair comfortably, and I'll go through this exercise with you. So go ahead and close your eyes to help reduce your brainwave frequency from high beta and to deepen your internal state, being aware that 85% of our external stimulation comes from sight. Relax every part of your body using slow, deep and rhythmic breaths. Let go of any concerns or tensions you may be feeling and imagine that you are in a calm, peaceful place. Focus on your breathing. You might like to place your hands on your abdomen and experience your chest and abdomen gently moving up and out as you breathe in, and down and in as you breathe out. Notice how the breath moves in through your nose and down into your lungs when you inhale, and back out of your lungs and nose when you exhale. Stay with this gentle breathing process for a moment or two and bring your mind back to your body and your breathing if it moves on to something else. Notice that your body and mind are totally relaxed. Remember this feeling so that you can come back to it whenever you wish. Do this exercise daily, gradually extending the time, and use it to enhance your health, relieve anxiety, depression or sickness, and to focus on what you want. Process information, listen to your inner voice for guidance, solve problems in your everyday life and business, and make decisions. Now remember a time when you have successfully achieved your goals and the feeling you felt of having achieved that goal. Remember waking up and feeling so grateful and blessed. Let the process you use to manifest your outcomes come to your mind. Go over the steps you use to achieve your outcomes, such as reflect on the necessary resources and skills needed, set goals, take action and review your progress. Identify what you think, say, believe and do to successfully achieve them. What feelings and emotions did you experience? Did you have a sense of urgency? Were you confident? Did you feel certainty? Now apply that process to imagine something you want in your business or life in 2017, 2018. You may wish to create radiant health that enables you to participate in whatever activities you desire. Perhaps you will view yourself as the body that is perfect for you. As you are doing your exercises in the future, you might say to yourself, I'm growing stronger and getting in better physical shape. Or, as you are having a shower, you might like to picture your problems melting away and all the impurities washing out of your body. Maybe you'll see yourself as you want to feel loving, caring, relaxed, calm, peaceful and joyful. As you sit down to have your meal, you might like to be thankful to the people, plants and animals that have allowed you to enjoy your food. There could be a possibility that you are seeking better relationships with your partner, children, siblings, employees, business associates, etc. If so, see yourself in a loving, happy relationship, communicating effectively with others, connecting and having fun times, meeting more people and being able to help others more often too. Maybe you are visualising increasing your productivity, re-energising your spirits and increasing your profits. There is a possibility that you may desire to earn more money, attract it more easily to you, get out of debt or learn how to invest your savings wisely and have financial freedom so that you can retire comfortably. You may consider owning or growing your own business or leaving a legacy that you're proud of. Perhaps you are an artist and can see your creativity flowering. Show yourself manifesting, creating and doing beautiful things for the enjoyment of yourself and others in your business. Visualize pictures, images, colours and symbols. You may desire to travel. Imagine yourself going wherever you desire to go, with whoever you would like to go with, having plenty of time and money to enjoy the experience. You might consider doing whatever personal development courses you choose to expand your horizons. I'm sure you are starting to grow your vision. Step outside your box and expand your horizons. Your mind is now in a very deep and healthy place. Act as if it is actually happening now, and really feel the emotions, congruence and state of joy and success. Align your feelings, thoughts, speech and actions. Lock in this feeling of success with the 3 fingers anchoring technique, and do it several times throughout the day. Think about whatever you would like to achieve. You may create it clearly with colours, sounds, feelings, smells or tastes. Desire it intensely. Believe you are worthy of it and expect it to manifest. Adopt an attitude of relaxed receiving. Get excited and enthusiastic, and then your unconscious mind will recognise that it is safe to move towards what you want and attract those things into your life. In your heart, feel gratitude, love, acceptance, peace, forgiveness, compassion, and appreciation. Gently open your eyes, take a big stretch, yawn, and come slowly back into the room while still concentrating on your goal. Continue to picture the image in your mind or think about it, whatever way you wish, with your eyes open and defocused. Remember this feeling so that you can return to it at any time. Now blink and focus your eyes. How was that? Good, I hope. By creating rhythm, routine and focus, I have established the certainty and satisfaction of achieving what I want in life. I have learned to trust in the process, stay the course, and if stuck, move on or seek help. I'm grateful for the opportunities I've had to travel and have a great family, career and business. We're now going to look at step 2, which is utilise and assess. So there's a few tools that I've got to offer you which will help you assess where you are now. And one of them is the talent test. And I've got it on the website here. It's newlifesolutions.com.au/talent/dynamic/test/. So with that test, it will help you. It will give you indicators for your character, for your strength, your core strengths, and it will help you work out, which way you're going, which path you're on. There are 8 different paths, and it'll help you work that out. I also do a values hierarchy, so you can match up your business skills with your personal skills. There's the retail and wholesale mid-values, which is about retail values about needs and wants. Wholesale values are about production, creation and investment. There's the networking and knowledge values. Reframing is where you look at something and you look at what you've learned from it and the positive aspects of it, even if you haven't seen those, how it has actually benefited you. We look at beliefs and limiting beliefs, and all of these I do through my coaching program, and I'm offering 45 minutes coaching with the 5 keys to inner success package that I'm offering here tonight. So part of the assessment that you do as well is you look at where are you right now, what would you like to create, what would you like to change right now, how would you like to change your performance, and you can do that through a performance development plan that I do through my coaching as well. What beliefs and values do you have? That's all part of the package. There's a big section there on beliefs and values. What are you passionate about? The passion test. And what's bothering you from the past? And you can do some timeline therapy to help get rid of any anger, sadness, fear, hurt and guilt from the past. And what routines and rituals do you need to cultivate right now to help ground you in the present? That could be things like being in nature, just chilling out, relaxing, being resilient, being able to bounce back from setbacks, looking at your health as well. My passion is reading, writing, travelling, presenting, working with my husband, keeping fit and healthy, and being with family. When I couldn't walk, I found that writing soothed my soul because I had a torn cartilage in my knee, and it gave me hope and inspiration for the future. I do values work with people to help them find what they want in life. So that's step 2. Now we're going to look at step 3, which is plan and set goals. So that you know where you are headed, we set goals, and it helps you stay focused and gather the resources that you need and stay on track, and it gives you energy as well. And so some of the things we do is to have that rhythm and direction. We write SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and timed. Excuse me. And so I help you write those as well. We also do a power script as part of the coaching program, and that is a recording that you do and you listen to it every morning, and it's got a lot of really powerful words in it, and I'll help you put that together, as well as a personal development plan and fast activating technique, which I'm actually going to do with you now. So you will have some tools to take away with you today as well that you can put into place straight away. So with this fast activating technique, I'd just like you to close your eyes, relax, breathe deeply, and internalise your focus. This mental state will lead to create successful outcomes. Anytime you internalise your focus with a purpose in mind, for example, to go over your goals, to see your future evolving in the way you desire to manifest or connect with yourself, and experience your oneness with all else that is. Even if it's just for 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute or 2, you are meditating. You are focusing energy in that direction. So if you meditate several times a day for 2 minutes each time, you're doing yourself a great service. So gently open your eyes and come back into the room. So that's a fast activating technique that you can actually use. So it's just simply closing your eyes and really envisaging that goal that you want, and imagining it happening and having already happened. And that will actually bring your goal closer to you. And think about how you can incorporate this technique into your daily life. Now, some people say that they really don't have enough time to do this program. They don't have enough time, they don't have enough money. They're too tired, they're too burnt out. So I just want to ask you a couple of questions about this. What would it cost you in time and money if you don't take charge of your life? And where will you be in a few years if you just let it go on and on and on? Do you want to live up to your potential or not? Do you want to break your current limitations? How much would it be worth to resolve the situation? Time is so precious, isn't it? What if we could find a way to help you use your time more valuably? Would that be of interest to you? If you did have enough time, is this something you would say a strong yes to? Would you be willing to work with me to come up with ideas for creating more time? I can see that you're seeking to find a way to find more life. Can I share with you how it helped me? I have found doing this program helped me to think about other possibilities in life. Now, you may be questioning whether these techniques actually work. I understand how you feel. Other clients have felt that way until they found out that these tools will assist them with moving forward in their life. I know what you think. Others have thought that too. And what they have realised is that it works if you work it. So I'm going to show you some of the people that I've worked with now. I've worked with a computer business to increase their business, set up systems to manage their workloads and master overwhelm. I've worked with a real estate business to increase staff efficiencies and banking as well. A visual artist and writer to remove her self-limiting belief and become more focused and disciplined. Teaching staff to enhance self-esteem, confidence and staff morale. An arborist, a tree doctor, to eliminate anger and overcome overwhelm. Public servants to connect values to workplace and see the importance of individual contribution. And a small business owner to pursue her passion for helping others, and a long-time housework to find the motivation and courage to get back into the workplace. That's just some of the people that I've worked with. I've recently worked with a herbalist and another computer company as well. And they have found that it's just given them great motivation to move forward with their lives. So if you think this program won't work for you, is there something I can clarify for you right now by giving you more additional information, something you are not 100% clear on? How can we collaborate to make this happen? I sense some hesitations. What concerns come to mind at this moment? We all want to change our lives for the better. However, sometimes it is just as easy to stay in the grey zone, isn't it, where things are a little uncomfortable but tolerable. It is best to change your life in steps to ensure that you don't go back to old, unhealthier ways. Maybe you feel guilty about concentrating on yourself. Do you? Remember that if it enhances your life, it will also improve the life of your family. You may have doubts about you being able to do this stuff. You may believe that other people can, but you can't. It is the unconscious programs that we run in our heads that hold us back, not our conscious decisions. Some people who set goals don't achieve them because they have unconscious limiting beliefs such as I'm not good enough or this won't happen to me. My coaching program, where people may stay 2 to 3 years because they continue to get results in home study modules, will remove those blockages and help you to develop faith in yourself. Studies show that being accountable to a coach or a mentor and developing the skills I'm about to show you will give you a 95% chance of achieving your goals rather than less than 50%. A coach will also reflect back to you what you need to know, as we tend to get caught up in our own heads. I give coaching in blocks of time to promote the development of these patterns. I currently do have some spaces available and I'll do a special deal for this workshop, this webinar, so you can ask me questions about that later on. Excuse me. One of the techniques I use to heal people is called timeline therapy. It is designed to clear negative emotions. By using it with my clients, they are then able to focus on what they want because they're able to release their anger, sadness, fear, hurt and guilt, and then feel more resilient, balanced and settled. Therapy involves going back in time before the event that made you feel angry or sad, so that you have no awareness of that particular feeling, and imagine having some positive feeling now instead of feeling sad or angry. It's a process of creative imagination. It seems that we have to feel bad before we can feel good. It is useful to have something to compare to, something to feel grateful for. I have found that there have been times like this when I'm feeling down and testing my resiliency that I have the greatest insights, and I have developed a series of techniques to gently help me through this process, some of which I'm sharing with you now. Whenever I have challenging times, and we all do all the time, I'd like to think about the benefits of being in that particular situation. I ask myself, what is there to learn from that? A definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Perhaps you feel you're not worthy of achieving success. Can you relate to any of these feelings? And you may need to ask yourself, am I prepared to devote my time right now to giving just a little bit of time every day towards improving my life? Is my life worth my attention right now? Am I prepared to develop a more positive relationship right now? Think of a time that you had faith in your own ability to succeed. Can you do that now with these new techniques to solve your problems or feel less pain? Is it worthwhile for me to use a system that works? It's like saying, should I paddle to row up? Should I take a paddle to row up the creek? So step 4 is energizing and taking inspired action. And we do this to ensure the certainty of achieving an outcome and ultimately success in an endeavour. Action leads to traction that then allows the attraction of what is wanted. And these are some of the ideas to help you when you are taking action. Prioritise and chunk down tasks, seek experts and be accountable to a coach, continue improving, embrace new ideas, be focused and mindful, play 100% and take responsibility for actions. Cherish and guide your inner being. Establish a routine that works for you. Adequate rest, exercise and nutrition. Establish your boundaries to minimise distractions. And work effectively with staff. And key 5 is, what have I learnt? What do I need to keep doing? What do I need to keep doing, stop doing, start doing? Where can I get inspiration from to get to the next level? What am I grateful for? There is only feedback, not failure. I enjoy inspirational reading before bedtime, as this allows my unconscious mind to work on my goals during the night. So read one of these stories that I'm offering you as part of the package. The book's called Adventures in Manifesting, and each story is about 4 pages long. And if you read a story before you go to bed, that way you think about your goals and your unconscious mind will actually work on your goals while you sleep. Isn't that great? So a lot of these stories are stories of hope and transformation in Adventures in Manifesting, and they show how the authors have created their own reality by rising above perceived limitation and consciously taking charge of their own sense of well-being. Stories include recovering from emotional trauma, so-called incurable diseases, and learning how to create a deeper connection with your own soul. There are 32 contributors, of which I am one. They include people like holistic doctors, naturopaths, transformational counsellors, integrated self-empowerment therapists, spiritual life and business coaches, educators, NLP trainers, meditation and yoga teachers, lecturers of metaphysics and philosophy, publishers, authors, poets, speakers, artists and musicians. And I was invited to contribute to this book, and there's people from all over the world that have contributed. My story is called Healing Mind, Body and Soul, where I tore cartilage in my knee and I healed that. And I healed it using a bone therapy, acupuncture, and using a lot of suggestions. I was actually visualising my knee healing, and I had a picture of the anatomy of my knee, and I was using that as well as going to an integrative healer who used vitamin B12 and homeopathics as well. So that was my story about healing. So let's review what we've done today. We've reviewed the 5 keys, and the 5 keys are: sense what you want to be and develop a big picture of your life, utilise where you're at in the variety in your life, plan and set goals, connection and details of your life, act knowing there is certainty in your life, review your achievements and notice your growth. So what I'm offering you here today is the Getting into Flow Talent Assessment for $97 at newlifesolutions.com.au/talent-dynamics-test/. And if you do the test, you'll have a high sense of self-awareness, you'll perform better, be effective team player, greater trust and flow, and find your individual operating style, path of least resistance, and you'll be able to develop a personal development plan. Now, for $297, you get my 5 keys to super inner success self-mastery program. That includes talent assessment, 6 modules, 45 minutes coaching, and 2 books. It actually includes a whole lot of audio transcripts as well of people that I've interviewed from all around the world on this topic. And tonight, for those people who have signed on, I will give you, for the first 10 people to actually sign up, I will give you an extra 45 minutes coaching. So it'll actually be 2 sessions of coaching. So that's from my friend. Oh yeah, I'll just go back there. The other book is my book. That's the one I became a bestseller for, NLP Essentials for Teachers, and it's got a lot of NLP techniques in it, such as developing rapport and communication techniques, which will help you as well. And so you can sign up for my newsletter on my webpage, or you may like to purchase the talent profiling tool or the 5 keys to super in success program. Now, I believe that we're going to have some questions now. So that's where we're all at. So thanks everyone for listening. So I've given you lots of questions there to think about. So you might like to put some of those back to me. So thanks, Amina. I'll go back to you.
Thank you very much for such an intriguing presentation, folks. We are now open for the question and answer session. If you have any questions, you can either put in the question box given in the end of the webinar console, or you could equally raise your hand by clicking on the hand icon available on the console box. So let me go straight towards the question box. We have a question from Mr. Joe Cunian. He's asking, is the talent assessment similar to Myers-Briggs personality test?
That's actually a very good question, because the Myers-Briggs is actually based on ancient I Ching, and when Carl Jung went over to China many years ago, he brought that information back, and the Myers-Briggs, she based her information on the Carl Jung. So yes, it is similar, only this is actually, this goes into more detail, because it actually has 8 pathways, whereas the Myers-Briggs has 4. So it is, and it really does, it's a fascinating system, because it looks at the the whole Chinese cycle. It actually fits in with the Chinese years, the different, the rooster and the goat and the snake and the fire signs and the water signs. It fits in with all of that. So it's a fascinating thing. It goes into a lot more detail than the Myers-Briggs done. I've done the Myers-Briggs myself, and it's much more detail and connected to the ancient I Ching Chinese system. So that's an excellent question. So thank you for that.
Thank you for the great answer. Another one is how we can create a business process flowchart.
How can we create a business process around the 5 keys? Sorry, what was that last bit?
There is how we can create a business process flowchart.
Oh, flowchart. Okay, so you could create a flowchart around the system that I've used. So it is actually a circle, and I have actually got it in my package as a circle. So you start with what you visualize, and then you look at, so that's step 1, and then you look at, so the next part of the circle is then you look at, well, what resources do I already have? What skills, what qualities, what do I have now, and what what quizzes, what tests can I use to find out what I have now? And then step 3, of course, is the next part of the circle where you plan, and then you take action, and then you review what you've done to see how you've done and to see how you can do it better. So the review goes straight back into then visualizing what you want. So it's a 5-step process, and it fits in. It actually fits in really well with the talent profile. The whole thing fits together. And if you look at the way that I've actually done it, it does the where you visualize that actually starts the Chinese circle of what. So the what is if you're there's the four main types with the talent profile. There's the creator type, and then opposite that, so the creator is like the big picture person. They're at like the top of the circle, and then there's down the bottom is the detail person. So they're opposites, and all the way around and then to the left is the data person, and then to the right is the people person. So all the way around, when you do your talent profile, you'll see that there's all these connections that come together, and then those on the left of the circle are more likely to be risk averse, whereas those on the right are more likely to take risks. So it's just it's absolutely fascinating when you do it, and you can see who you work well with. And there's also this thing, the talent profile, that goes on about so the second person around the cycle is the one that, so two people around from where you are will be, you won't necessarily get along so well with them, but the one next to you actually in the cycle actually nurtures you. And then there's a couple that, if you go around three around the cycle, they're the ones that work well with you. So the whole system, and I go through this when we talk about the personal development plan. So you can see it all fits together because it shows you how well you work, and how you work well with others, and what jobs you should be doing and what jobs you shouldn't be doing. And all the people that I've done it with, most of them seem to be doing what they should be doing, but they've found little nuances that have really fine-tuned them and helped them work better. So for me, I'm actually a star. So I'm between the creator and the people person. So I'm sort of like I'm on the extroverted side, and Myers-Briggs talks about introverted, extroverted. So this includes that as well. So this actually includes everything that Myers-Briggs talks about, but it's got a lot more. It's got a lot more in it, because the person that actually designed it is part Chinese, and he spent a lot of time studying the Chinese system. And I too had spent some time studying it myself, but but from a different angle, because I hadn't actually done the talent profile myself at that stage when I was studying it. So I'd spent a bit of time studying, Chinese characters and so on. And yeah, so the whole flow fits together, and the whole flow chart that I've designed fits into the talent dynamics. It includes what, where, when, how, why, and fits into the whole cycle. And so I can go through that all with you when you if you decide to do the coaching, and if you do the talent profiling test, you actually get, for $97, you actually get a very comprehensive report, a 34-page report. Anyway, that you can go through yourself. But if you want further, debriefing, well, I can do some coaching with you around that as well. So I hope that answers your question.
We have another one that is how the teams can be successful even in dysfunctional organizations.
How can teams be successful in a did you say in a dysfunctional organisation or functional?
Dysfunctional organization.
Oh, dysfunctional. How can you? Yeah. Well, I actually this was one of the reasons why I got into NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, because I was managing a large staff, and there was a lot of dysfunction in the staff, and because people were sort of making assumptions about what other people said, and they were misinterpreting what people said, and so I decided that I wanted to study language and communication. So I studied NLP, and basically what NLP says is that everybody takes in information through their senses, and there's so much information out there that we all take in different bits. And so it's very easy to misunderstand one another. So if we have a few basic assumptions like everybody's doing the best with what they can, that helps us to think that, people aren't just there to annoy us or, give us a hard time. They're actually doing their best to communicate with you. So it's really important to be clear and not to judge people and listen to them and in good faith and not jump to conclusions about what they think. And I think there's a lot of dysfunction in organisations because people do that, and also because in organisations I think you have to have really clear boundaries, which is what I talked about in step 2, like clear boundaries for yourself, but also clear boundaries for your organisation. So I think if you've got clear boundaries and you make people, the other thing is if you make people feel valued in the organisation, and if they're doing jobs, like if they've done the talent profile and they're doing a job that suits them, they'll be happier in their job. Whereas if they're good with data and instead you've got them giving talks, that's not going to work because they're better off, working with figures or, doing the computer work or something. So it's important that people are doing what they do best, so that they can bring out their strengths, and then they'll be a lot happier in an organisation as well. So I hope I've given you a couple of ideas there. Do the talent profile, get people to do what they're best at, and really work on that communication and setting boundaries. Thanks.
We have another one, that is, what are the characteristics of a business process?
Sorry, what are they? Sorry.
Characteristics of a business process.
Okay, so the business process. Well, it depends on. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. Do you want to just elaborate on that a little bit more? Did you say that? I heard the business process. What was the first part that you said? I didn't quite understand that.
The characteristics of a business process. How you can characterize the business process?
Okay, so the business process is basically, well, you need to have a product that is saleable, that people want to buy. So you've done your research to have a product that will sell. That would be the basis of it. And then once you've got a product that will sell, you've got to work out how to sell it and how to market it. So you've got to have the marketing around it, and then you've got to have the people around you that are going to actually be able to market it, be able to sell it, be able to produce it, and then you've got to have your distribution as well. So there's a whole pile of different factors there. So you've got on the talent dynamics spectrum, you've got the creator who's creating the product. You've got the social person who's keeping the team together, and then you've got the computer person who's doing all the data, and is the detail person. So you've got all those different people on your team. So that's why it's a good idea to do the test, because to do the talent test, because it's no good if everybody's the same. In order to have a good team and a good business team, you've got to have a variety of people with different skills. So you've got to have a good product, and you've basically got to have good people. You've got to have good marketing, and then you've got to have a market to sell it to. So I suppose that's the basis of a business process.
Well,
any other questions?